Good morning, everybody. Brendan from Market Makers. Happy Thursday morning. Bitcoin is boring. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to analyze it. Is this the flippening? Is this the great bull awakening? Because YouTube thinks so. Man, a lot of people who were just kind of calling data and trends, they're now super bullish. I am one of the last Mohicans, my friends. The crypto Buddha is one of the last Mohicans. And I'm not a bear. The guys in the group know that. I've owned coins for long term. What we want to do is look at the data without bias and just give you honest analysis, okay? YouTube is very clickbaity. You got guys making faces with their, making super surprise faces, taking their shirts off, whatever, and taking pictures and saying, look, Bitcoin finally the big push of Bitcoin. I've been saying this for 3.5 months. Yes, because 3.5 months we've been in a vicious down cycle where Bitcoin lost over half of its value and the alts lost almost 85% of their value overall. Okay. So all the bull maxis that are super excited and some of the guys that are flipping, they need to keep stuff in perspective because honestly, guys, Bitcoin, just looking at the data, doesn't look impressive to me at all. So let's get into the data. All right, what are we looking at? So 4 hour time frame, guys. As you know, we're printing a double top. Okay, we've printed many shapes and had the whales reverse many shapes. We've had head and shoulders reversed. We've had double tops reversed. We know because many guys in our group take trades, right? It's a trading group. So we have a double top printing. There's a couple things that can happen here, right? If you look at your indicators, you're above volatility. ATR is kind of like, it's kind of going flat, still elevated, but it's kind of going flat. This measures volatility. You look at your support resistance levels. You're at your market top is up here. You're 41.1, right? We went over this already, but there's no volume up here, right? This is yesterday's video. I don't want to rehash anything. There's no volume up here. You got to pump above 47, basically to 48 to get a volume candle. It looks like you can consolidate on it, right? If you didn't see this stuff, guys, go watch yesterday's video because nobody wants to see it again. But let's look at some interesting things here, okay? So confluence of indicators is always interesting to me, right? Let's throw on a GAN fan. Where are we at in this trend? Well, here's your hard resistance line, this heavy red line, right? I know GAN's noisy, guys, so let me turn this off. GAN's noisy, but it's very accurate. So the hard green line is your support line. You can see price bouncing back and forth. You're making some type of triangle here, right? Like a continuation pennant, okay? Hocus pocus, magic indicator. But you're making a continuation pennant. And, so this is boring. There's nothing going on here. You're very low volume right now. But what is interesting, and I found this when I was doing a volatility analysis last night, because I have no life. So I'm doing a volatility analysis at like 1 in the morning. So let's look at this. What do I mean by this? So look at your ATR, right? You see this range. I mapped out this range with some trend lines. I wanted to see when else have we been in this elevated shape, because the way ATR works, guys, and again, there's a training video in our Discord for Discord exclusive only on how to use ATR, right? But the way ATR works is when the candles are close together, like in a consolidation period, basically it's flat, okay? It can go up and down slightly, but it's basically flat. This measures volatility, price action, right? And when you have a move, like a pump or a dump, you see it here, it spikes up, okay? So when else have we been in this range, okay? Let's look. Let me pull this up so you can see it better. Okay. Let's pull this over. And we have been in this range, the same exact mapped out volatility range. This is what was interesting to somebody that doesn't have a life and they're doing volatility analysis at 1 in the morning. So the pump to 41.4, okay, the swing pattern failure that we dumped 12,000 points from, which is where we're at now, which is why it's our market top, the volatility wasn't that high. Look, yeah, it peaked up a little bit, but not like this, not like this. Look at this. Hold on, I want to show you this because I just thought this was very interesting. So where was it like this? Well, if you pull this price up, this was the dump, guys. The dump to 28,790. This is like X-Files time, right? Let me put my tinfoil hat on. But this is an interesting, this is an interesting finding here because the peak volatility in this range where we're at now happened on the dump. Okay, it didn't happen on the pump. We got up on a pump, and now we're kind of leveling off at this flat line here. Let's see if this holds. But if we pump back, if the volatility pumps back up, Could very well be a don't. You know, you have to look at your indicators and see what they're saying. Let's look at the daily, okay? Let's come back to reality. No more magic time. These indicators are very, very voodoo. Let's go back to the daily. Daily. What do we see here? I see some magic lines that shouldn't exist. I'm sorry, guys. There's just a lot of guys on YouTube I've been watching that don't like indicators at all. They think they're hocus pocus time. But let's look at this. So we have our daily chart, right? So daily, Bitcoin's been ascending. It likes to recover in ascending channels, ascending wedges, just like it does in the smaller time frames. Okay, but oh wait, one thing I want to show you. Yes, the zoomed out view. So when you look at the zoomed out view, by the way, because everybody wants Bitcoin to melt people's faces, why I keep saying we haven't done anything special is because we're at the exact same spot we were June 13th, okay? And I've been over this in multiple videos. Here you are May 12th. Here you are here. Here you are here. Here's your market top. Nothing's changed, guys. You're just at the top of your range, okay? So you're buying at the market top. Congratulations if you're buying coins. I do hope it works out for you. I wouldn't buy until you have confirmation of a break and you break key resistance levels and go into the full bull run, okay? That's when I would buy. But let's look at this right now. Daily. So you have your Gann levels. Look, confluence of indicators is really big with me, right? You see your hard resistance right here from the Ichi, which lines up perfectly with this, with the Gann support levels. Throw on a Gann fan. Do I have one on here? Yeah. Throw on a Gann fan. Same thing. Hard resistance levels. Guys, these are all, these are Gann calculations, but they're all from different developers and everything lines up. Always back test and check your indicators, okay? You see the support level here is the hard green line and you have the hard red line resistance. So you're doing the same thing that you're doing in a 4 hour. You're basically trading in this channel, right? So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's look at this. What's interesting here, so Ichi predicts the future. It's one of the few indicators that actually forecast the future, right? And what does Ichi say is happening? Ichi's predicting the price is going to roll. Now, it forms this cloud out. It's predicting, because ideally in cloud trading, which that was my background, a lot of guys in our group do it now too, or have been doing it. Ideally, the price will roll here, okay, according to Ichi. And then you'd be trading under the cloud in a perfect world. Obviously, this is just an indicator, guys. It's not a crystal ball. Price could come up here, test some resistance, roll down, and this is a flat top. Flat tops are easy to fall through, and you get your descension, you're back under the cloud. And obviously, if you stay up here and you come up and you test the 200, this cloud here in the future will be turning green, okay? So that's just how the indicator works. But let's look at the resistance levels here and the probability of actually going up. So you have the 200. Guys, I made a ton of videos on the 200 and 233 in the 4 hour time frame. Okay, a ton of videos. So if you're new to the group, which we have hundreds of new subscribers, you can go back a few videos and watch that. There's one called Market Top, I believe you can watch. There's one actually called 200. That's old. Some of these are older now because I've been tracking this since June. But we lost the 200 and 233. The 233 is the EMA number, the fib number. We lost those on April 17th on the 4 hour time frame, and we've never regained them for longer than 3 days. Right now, on the bullish side, right now is the longest we've been above it, I believe, since April 17th in the 4 hour time frame. However, to give you some clarity on this, we're not above it on the daily, right? So what you could have here, one potential scenario that could play out is the market makers, not us, but the evil ones, the whales. They could pump this price, hit the 200, you get rejected, you have some type of pattern failure, right? You have this as a problem. You have your volume below 48K, as you guys know from yesterday's video. This is a problem. It's low volume. So if you come up to test the 200 and they get a pump, you got to get a whale pump. And guys, in the end, this is where you're at. Okay, you need to understand the market structure. The reason that I appear bearish, I'm not bearish. I'm looking at the data. The problem is on the bear side, if you're keeping a scorecard, they have trend since April 17th, okay, when the market first fell apart off of 65K and dumped down to 47, climbed back up to 57, and then dumped to this triangle we've been trading in since, this chop between basically 41K down to like 27K, okay? Since May 12th, we've been in a serious downtrend. Bear cycle, okay? Bitcoin lost over half its value. The alts lost 50 to 85% of their value, depending which coin you look at. And now we're at the top of that bear cycle. So you can punch through, but you got to understand what's against you and what's with you. What's against you is trend. What's against you is volatility. You don't have enough volatility yet. You're above the volatility channels and you don't have a peak in volatility to get more price action, right? And what's really against you, because all of trading is volume, what's really against you is the volume. You need volume to move, okay? You have to understand that. That's where people are buying and selling. You need volume. You need volatility to get big movements combined with the volume. So the bottom line is this. If you need a whale pump, in my opinion, you need a whale pump for this market to turn around. The whale pump has to take you to the 200, defeat it, and get you up to 47, 48K. That's what it has to do. Then you need Joe Sixpack and his buddies to buy their XRP, buy their ADA, whatever, at that level so you can consolidate and move up. Okay, because or else you just have a spike, or else you'll just have this and dump. You got to understand that. So the difference is, to be a bull in this situation, you need the whales. You need the institutions, you need the whales, because you're not organically getting up to 48K, which is why you're stuck at the market top, okay? You're stuck at the market top. To be on the bearish side, just have the opinion that the data doesn't support a rise. You have everything in your favor. You have volume in your favor. You have volatility in your favor. You have trend going back to 3 months now in your favor. So there's a lot of big check marks on the bear side versus the bull side. The only thing you have on the bull side right now is you have the fact that you're at the market top in a bearish cycle. That's all you have. You need, if the whales don't step in, this thing's falling apart. Okay? That's what I've been telling you. If the whales don't step in and pump this, this is falling apart. Now, if they do step in and pump it, you still need organic buying to support it so you can consolidate at a level, that 47, 48K level, or else you're just pumping up and coming back down, guys. So if I was going to pick a team, if I was an alien, which some people probably think I am, and I came down and I was going to pick a team and I'm just looking at data, okay? I'm not looking at people's thumbnails. I'm not looking at F the Bears. I'm not looking at this. I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at a bear eating a bull. All I'm looking at is data. I'm going on the bearish side because all the data still points that direction. All the data points at that direction because you only have one thing. You have one nuclear missile on the bullish side, and it is a ICBM of a nuclear missile, right? It's an intercontinental ballistic missile, but it is a whale pump. That's the only thing you have, and you're literally waiting here. Everybody who's bullish, why? If everybody's so bullish, why isn't the candles moving up? They're not moving up because you're waiting for a whale pump. That's the only way you're moving up, because every single other indicator that matters, volume, volatility, trend, VTV, volume, volatility, trend, they're all pointing down, guys. Everything's pointing down. That's my rant. It's not the hocus pocus magic, okay? These are indicators that show trend. It's very important. And now you have it, guys. So you are well informed. Wait for the next video. Guys, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to have a big move. One of these days, we're going to have a big move. And I think it's the bias, obviously, is to the downside from my video. But, we'll see. By the way, come join the Discord. Only one more day is it free, which is tomorrow. And guys, if you hate my opinion, because I've seen some comments, if you hate my opinion, you hate my humor, you hate my sarcasm, you can still come join and tell me about it. But it's free. We like consenting opinions. I've always been kind of a contrarian by heart, by nature. So when everybody's flipping super max bull again, I just look at the data, and this would scare me. I would never buy in right here. I would wait for confirmation of a bullish cycle, which means waiting to get up there to 47, 48, guys. Wait to get up there, because you're going to miss a little bit of profit if you're wrong. You're going to miss some profit, but if you're wrong. But if you're right about the bearish predictions, you're going to save a ton of money if this thing dumps 12,000 points. That's my point. Risk versus reward. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great Thursday.